What's up? You already know who this is. It's your boy Rahfeal, one of the greatest international motivational speakers out of America, showing individuals all over the world how to make their dream a reality. Now listen, this little piece here is something that I was able to embrace and put my own swag into it, and it's simple wisdom. It's simple wisdom. It's simple insight for those who are dealing with individuals who think small, who act small, who dream small, who have small goals, who do things in a small way, and you understand that you're not nothing like that individual. So listen, this piece talks about, well, how can I put this? There was like these two monks, right? So there was one older one and there was one young one. Each and every day they go through the forest, right? To go meditate, to pray, to do what they do to get their, to keep their light bright. So at the end of their meditations and all the things that they do, their rituals or whatnot, they would go back through the forest. They get to the waterfront, they cross the waterfront, and they get to the village by sunset. Each and every day they would do this, right? Now within their particular culture and the way that they were raised and the tradition is, they can't deal with no woman. They can't, I mean, no matter how amazing they are, no matter what the situation may be, they are not allowed to touch, deal with the women. So each and every day that these two monks, one old, one young, they would get to the riverfront, each and every day they would see a woman there. Beautiful, amazing, sexy, phenomenal, gifted women. They either would be bathing or they'd be washing clothes or whatever the case, maybe, fishing for food. So these two would never talk to him, would never touch to him. The women would wave at him, and they didn't pay him no attention whatsoever, right? So one particular day, they get to the riverfront to get to the village before sunset, and they see a woman there who's pregnant. What do you think they did? Nothing. The older one decides to go across the river. But the young one, the one who is following the older one, the one that's supposed to be wise, he decided to stay. He was feeling a certain way about this woman who's trying to get across the river, but she can't because she's pregnant. So he goes and helps this woman. He goes against tradition, he goes against the culture, he goes against the society in which he lives in to help this woman get across the river. After he takes her across the river, he leaves her there. The woman's amazed. She says, "Thank you, blessings unto you on your life," or whatever, and he walks off. And she walks off and he walks their own separate way. He was so happy that he just kept walking. And he didn't think about where is the older man. So he's looking around. He says, "Where you at?" He sees him behind him. He says, "Hey, come on, like, what are you doing down there? What are you doing? Like, come, you're supposed to be, I'm supposed to be following you." And the older monk, the wise monk, he's hurting. He's upset. He's like, I can't understand this. Like, how could you do this? You go against tradition. You went. So the young monk is like, "What are you talking about? Why are you so hyped? We've been walking this trail for the past hour. Why are you way behind me?" He says, "How dare you do what you did?" And the young monk said, "What did I do?" He says, the older monk says, You picked that woman up. You were not supposed to. You helped that woman across the river. You were not supposed to do that." He says, "You know what? No disrespect. You're my elder. I love you so." But at this particular moment, you're thinking like how a lot of individuals think in this world. The older monk was so distraught. He said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "You see, I picked that woman up because she needed help at that moment. And when I picked up and took her across that river, I left her there." He said, "But the funny thing is that you're still carrying her. And because you're carrying her, you're holding us both back to get to our next our location before sunset." Pause for a moment. Individuals may not physically hold something, but they are internally holding something, and it's keeping themselves back. And because of their issues, and because of now mind you, pause for a moment, the life that you lead, the life that you have ownership of it. Like, it's yours. So if you have issues, you're the one that subscribed to them. No one else. I can't subscribe to an issue that's not mine because that's not my life. That's your life. So when you sit here and you deal with individuals who have issues, who are holding on to something internally, and they're not willing to let it go and forgive and forget, they will end up holding you back too, because you're keeping them squares in your circle. How are you supposed to stay in shape when you got squares in your circle? I did a piece that told you, like, chickens and hawks. Why are you chilling with chickens if you're supposed to be with hawks? Who cares if the majority has issues? If your issue is solved, if you solve that problem, move on. Who cares? Keep it moving. Extraordinary is your ordinary. Your location is not your destination. You may not be everyone's cup of tea, but you're still a cup of tea. Listen, the mosquito is hated. The mosquito takes, but the bee, he's always praised because he gives. And when he gives something sweet. So even though they both have something that can be dangerous and harmful, someone will always love one and not the other, because one gives and one takes. Keep that in mind when you sit here and you think about your life. Keep no squares in your circle. Understand that you're a cup of tea. Not everyone's cup of tea, but you're still a cup of tea. Your location is not your destination. That means that where you are today is not where you're going to be at tomorrow. This is your boy Rahfeal Gordon telling you right now, right here in this very moment, do what you need to do like you're doing it for TV. Who cares if they're watching or not? Make your life a motion picture and make it a blockbuster hit. Or should I say, just make it a box office hit. Just do what you need to do. Who cares if they buy the ticket or not? As long as you're rocking out, nothing else matters. Be a blueprint, be a pioneer, be the first, be a trendsetter. Set the trends, don't follow it. It's your boy. I'm out.